The end of this video has already begun. Join me, Purple Celery, as I review the pyramid at the end of the world. Hi viewers, I'm Purple Celery and welcome back to my channel. This week I'm reviewing episode 7 of season 10 of Doctor Who, The Pyramid at the End of the World. Now my understanding is that this is actually the longest title for a new Who episode, surpassing The Doctor, The Widow and The Wardrobe. So what did I think of this episode? I thought that it got off to a bit of a slow start. There was like a lot of talking, a lot of strolling down corridors, a lot of chit chat between all the army personnel and the Doctor. It really only picked up in the second half of the episode, and in fairness I did think that like the last 5 minutes were pretty good. I really enjoyed the dilemma that Bill was faced with, basically saving the world or saving the Doctor. I think it was always foreseeable that she would choose to save her best friend, the Doctor who she loves. And another thing that I liked about the ending was how the Doctor basically thought that he was home free. He basically saved the world without having to capitulate to the monks, but he was tripped up by a simple combination lock and the fact that he was still blind. And I really love the way that Peter Capaldi acted that part. He was sort of, doing his little dance, flirting with the scientist Erica a little bit. He thought he was basically home free, and then of course he kind of got tripped up by his own hubris. However, the part that I did have concerns about was the whole setup of the science lab and the hungover scientist who basically released the virus. I am not a scientist, nor do I play one on television, but I thought that scientist was appallingly stupid. And I'm just surprised that this laboratory didn't have better protocols for dealing with these viruses and for containing incidents such as the one that we saw. In some ways, that part reminded me of the 1970s British television show Survivors, in that we had this deadly virus that was released into the atmosphere by a clumsy scientist, and in the show Survivors it basically ends up killing off 99% of the population. Here's a fun fact, that show Survivors was created by Terry Nation. And Terry Nation also created the Daleks in Doctor Who, so that's an interesting connection there. Another thing that I found really interesting about Pyramid was the issue of the monks needing the consent of the world's leaders before they could actually take over the world. And in some respects, I thought that was a bit like the book and the movie Let the Right One In. So in order for the monster to enter your space, you basically have to invite it in. So I thought that aspect was really interesting, and it should be good to see how that kind of plays out in the next episode, The Lie of the Land, when the monks are actually here on Earth controlling the humans. Still on the issue of consent, I found it a little bit surprising, and maybe like a bit of artistic license was happening there, in the sense that the monks accepted Bill's consent. Even though she didn't actually love the monks, it was the love for her friend the Doctor that actually made that consent viable, and basically resulted in the monks not killing Bill. While on the topic of Bill, I also liked once again how poor Bill's date with Penny was interrupted by the Secretary General of the UN this time, not the Pope. And I really love the line that Penny gives about, "I think I might get an Uber now." I thought that was a pretty funny moment. So the next episode, The Lie of the Land, looks really good. It looks as though from the promos that the Doctor is working with the monks and making these broadcasts on behalf of the monks. My theory is that the Doctor isn't really working for the monks. He's got some grand plan up his sleeve. At least I hope that's the case. It also looks like Bill is going to shoot the Doctor. Again, I'm assuming that we're not going to be seeing any death or regeneration of the Doctor in episode 8. I also see from the promo that Missy is back. Here's another theory of mine. I'm actually wondering whether Missy somehow orchestrated the whole arrival of the monks in order so that she could be released from the vault in order to help the Doctor or Bill or Nardole or whoever save the Earth. So maybe this is all some grand scheme of missies, who knows? But one thing's for sure, the next episode is looking to be one big Moffat moment. I give The Pyramid at the End of the World 3.5 out of 5 wombats. It was a good episode, but not a great episode. The last half was better than the first half. I just felt that it was let down a little bit by a slow start and the stupidity of the scientist. So if you've liked this review, please give me a like, please subscribe to my channel, leave your thoughts and comments below in the comment section, and I'll see everybody next time when we review episode 8, The Lie of the Land. Purple Celery over and out. See you next time.